All right, you just got your license and you spent thousands of dollars getting your license and getting all that training, and you thought it would help you get more clients. Truth is, real estate is really not like that, and those books don't really teach you how to get your first client. In this video, I'm going to be showing you exact strategies that I use to get my first couple of clients and what you can do to build your business in a way that's actually efficient so you're not running around like your chicken with your head cut off. Now, let's say this is you, you're a brand new agent, you just got your license, very confused and very unaware of how to get your first client. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to build something called your power list. Now, this is one of the most easiest ways to get your first deal, and this is just basically letting people know that you became an agent with a big twist on it. So, first, let's make this list, and you'll get what I'm talking about. So, the first things first is you want to make a list of maybe your friends, maybe your coworkers. So maybe you had a past job and there's a list of people who already know that you're a hard worker. Hopefully, you were a hard worker. Coworkers, maybe some family that you would want to work with. Maybe you're in some sports and there's like teammates that you played with before. So the thing here is you want to build this list as much as you can so that you can reach out to these people. Now, what you're going to be saying when you reach out to these people is very different than what is typically taught. Now, what you want to be saying is, hey, you know what? I just got my real estate license and I actually have a mentor. Now, the thing that my mentor is getting me to do is he's getting me to reach out to my friends and family, people that I really like, and just practice doing CMAs for them. Now, what is a CMA, you might ask? It's basically a home evaluation, and it basically tells the home buyer or seller what the value of their home is. Now, when you do that, it's achieving a couple different things. The first thing is it's going to allow you to get their home address, get practice making a CMA, then it's going to give you the value of their home. So once you know the value of their home, you can present it to them and be like, hey, you know what, your home is worth this much money, and they may have bought it for way less. So maybe they're thinking, okay, I can upgrade, I can buy a bigger house, I can take money out of this house and purchase another investment property. All strategies that you can run past them, just so they know, and you can include that in your CMA. Now, this might get a quick deal for you, and it might be very effective depending on how big your list is. But if we wanted to move on and we want to do something else, the next thing you could basically do is start by knocking on some doors. So, knocking on some doors is one of the old school ways of getting clients. And this is basically obviously listing focus because you're going after homeowners. Now, here's what you do differently when you're knocking on doors is you don't just say, hey, do you want to buy or sell? I would take some piece of value. So if you're in a brokerage or if you have a community of people, there's always people who have clients that are looking for things. And how I like to door knock, and I have a magic letter actually that I leave as well. And it got me like the most amount of callbacks that I've ever seen when I was door knocking. So it's extremely efficient. If you want that, just comment below door knocking and I'll reach out to you with that. And basically, or actually, you know what? DM me door knocking and I'll send you that script. So, sorry, basically, what you want to do is bring them value. So I like to come with a buyer that's already interested in the area. So if I go up to a door and I'm just like, hey, you know what? My name's JP, and I actually have this specific buyer who wanted this specific complex. I don't know if you're looking to sell or anything like that, but have you guys ever thought about it? Then it's a much easier conversation like, hey, do you want to buy or sell? I want to make a commission check. That's doesn't work. It's not the best way to do it. So use that script and that should get you some success with that. Now, moving on is something we like to call cold calling, and people hate it, but it does work. However, it does take a lot of time and effort. Now, if you're in Canada, you want to use something called telelisting. It gets you all the phone numbers of homeowners in the areas. If you're in the States, you have a whole bunch of tools, RedX, things like that. RedX, Mojo Dialer, those are a solid combination. That's what I used to use. Now, in Canada, you don't have that option, but you still can get a dialer. And what a dialer does is it's using one phone number, but it's calling one, two, and three people at once. So what happens is if two people answer, there's a pre-recorded message that says, hey, sorry, I can't hear you right now. I'll call you right back. And then after you're done on the phone with number one, and let's say number three picked up and got that weird message, it would then call number three back. So you're saving a lot of time dialing, and it's just going back to back. It's a freaking machine. We have VAs that they basically call 1,400 people in about 4 hours. So it's extremely effective there. Now, next, if we're moving on here, is to use something called Facebook Marketplace. So you might know Facebook Marketplace as a place where you can basically post your bikes or post your Xbox or anything like that to sell. Now, if you're a realtor and you have a really good offer, you can post on Marketplace and get an extremely overwhelming amount of people registering and messaging you for more information. So, what this looks like for a realtor is a couple different things. So, I like to post like certain listings, certain pre sales. I like to post um, let's say like a home buyer's success academy. That's one thing that we help our clients build out, is this course that they can give to leads that they can actually get their own login for. So whatever the offer is, you want to put that offer in front of people, and Facebook Marketplace is a very easy and quick way to put your offer in front of a bunch of people and test how good the offer actually is, because you'll know in a couple hours if people are clicking it or not. That's why I like Facebook Marketplace, because it's very quick on the feedback loop and you can figure out exactly what's working and what's not working. Now, this is all falling under free advertising. So I'm going to give you one more, but this is all free, what we like to call free organic. So organic is basically just meaning that you're not paying for it. Now, organic is cool because you don't have to pay for it. It's extremely profitable. But the downside to organic is it does require time. So door knocking requires time. Cold calling requires time. Facebook Marketplace requires time, putting those listing ups, responding to people. Now, another thing that you could do for free is posting. So this is posting content. Personally, I like posting on YouTube the most. It brings the most amount of high quality clients, but also posting on Instagram. You can post reels, single posts, or carousel posts. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you about carousel posts is they are freaking banger. So why they work so well is because let's say you post one Instagram post and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is the maximum amount of photos that you could put on there. Now, what Instagram is going to do is they're basically just going to go back and forth, cycling between the photos and seeing which one is getting the most amount of responses, engagement, things like that. And they're going to be displaying that to your core audience. So let's say you thought the first picture was going to be the best, but Instagram knows now through its algorithm and actually seeing who likes the picture, where they stop on, where they click like, and all of those factors. They know that like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth picture is maybe the best. They'll start putting the fifth picture in front of more eyes, and that can get you way more engagement. So definitely want to take advantage of that. Now, next, what I'm going to be moving on to is the paid advertising. Now, the reason why I love paid advertising is because it's the most amount of leverage that you can get in your business. And what I mean by that is you're not spending a lot of time, you're just making this ad one time and you're putting dollars behind it. So instead of putting time behind it, you're putting money behind it. And the more money you spend, the more leads you get, the more people you can close, the more money you make. Now, with paid advertising, you could do it in a couple different ways. So, my favorite is advertising on Meta, because the people here are actually a little bit more upstream. So, you're not competing with a lot of other companies like realtor.com, realtor.ca, things like that. So Meta is Facebook and Instagram, and basically these people are earlier on in the buying process. I'm not saying you can't get somebody who's ready right away. We've done that. We've closed deals on our website. People have closed deals. We posted testimonials of people closing deals in 7 days off of these strategies. So yeah, Meta is one of my favorite. YouTube ads is going to be the other one. So YouTube ads are okay, but they're still, it's a different category. I would use this to get more listings than anything. And then the last one is going to be Google. So pay per click. If you want to run traffic to your website, if you have a really good website, anything like that. So Google is okay. It is more expensive of the three. Right now, Meta is probably one of the most popular ways to get leads, and it's the most cost effective as well. So that's actually what we're sticking with. And that's pretty much it for the paid, is what I want to talk about. Now, with Meta, you do want to do a couple of different things. So you want to, there's three different categories when you're running ads with Meta. And I'm going to keep this really simple. We can go really more in depth on this in another video. But there's the campaign, and then there's the ad set, and then there's the ad creative. So how I typically run my ads is I have one ad campaign, I have two ad sets, and then in those two ad sets, I have 6 different ads. So I'm just going to draw this out really quickly. So the first ad creatives, they're very similar, but the first one's going to be a single image ad. Second one's going to be a carousel. So kind of like how we talked about in Instagram, you can do a carousel on the ads as well. And then the third one is going to be, again, a single image ad, but a more static one. Exact same thing here, except in this one, our audience is going to be wide. So our audience is not going to be very dialed in. Here's where we're going to go on people who have been on realtor.ca. We're going to be targeting towards people who have looked at like mortgages, things like that. And then this one's just going to be completely wide. And basically after about 4 or 5 days, when you get enough data, you want to shut off the least performing ad. So I'm not going to go too in depth on that. That's just a little bit of a teaser of what we do with our ads. But essentially, this is what you want to start doing when you're a brand new agent. Build your list out, focus on free organic. When you want to add some leverage into your business, focus on paid ads, and then essentially you want to start scaling the business, and that's when you can introduce more leverage like VAs. You could start introducing more ISAs into your business, so on and so forth. But again, that's a little bit too advanced for this video. I'll leave it there. If you guys like this video, give it a quick thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this.